Electric bikes are evolving faster than ever, and some of the models arriving in 2026 honestly feel like motorcycles from the future. From insanely powerful off-road beasts to futuristic urban commuters and ultra-premium smart e-bikes, these machines are changing the way people ride forever. Some are built for speed, some focus on comfort and long-range performance, and a few of them look so advanced that they barely even feel real. So in this video, we're counting down 10 of the best electric bikes of 2026 that are actually worth buying. Let's get started. Wired Predator. The Wired Predator looks less like an ordinary electric bike and more like a full-blown off-road monster built for extreme performance. Designed with a powerful dual-motor all-wheel drive setup, this futuristic e-bike delivers an insane 8,000 watts of peak power, along with roughly 330 Newton-meters of combined torque, which is far beyond what most electric bikes can even come close to. And because of its aggressive 72-volt dual battery system, the Predator is capable of reaching speeds over 55 miles per hour while still offering impressive long-range riding capability. The oversized 26-inch fat tires, full suspension setup, and hydraulic disc brakes also make it feel much more like a lightweight electric dirt bike than a normal bicycle. Everything about this machine feels oversized, powerful, and built for riders who want serious performance on rough terrain. Honestly, this thing makes most electric bikes look tame by comparison. Wallke Titan X1. The Wallke Titan X1 looks less like a traditional electric bike and more like a futuristic electric cruiser built straight out of a sci-fi movie. At first glance, the massive fat tires, oversized frame, and aggressive stance already make it look more like a compact electric motorcycle than a normal e-bike. But underneath that futuristic design is some seriously powerful hardware. The Titan X1 comes equipped with a massive 2,000 watts rear hub motor that can peak at around 3,800 watts, allowing the bike to reach speeds close to 40 miles per hour while delivering huge acceleration and climbing power. The full suspension setup, 20-inch fat tires, and 4-piston hydraulic brakes also make the ride feel surprisingly stable and comfortable even on rough terrain. One of the most futuristic parts is the monocoque carbon fiber frame, which gives the bike an unusual premium look while helping reduce weight compared to traditional heavy steel frames. Everything about this machine feels oversized, futuristic, and built for riders who want maximum road presence. Macfox X7. The Macfox X7 looks less like a traditional electric bike and more like a futuristic mini-electric motorcycle designed for the streets. At first glance, the oversized fat tires, stretch seat, and aggressive scrambler-style frame already make the bike stand out from almost everything else on the road. But underneath that clean futuristic design is a surprisingly capable performance setup. The X7 uses a 500-watt rear hub motor that can peak at around 750 watts, allowing the bike to reach speeds of roughly 20 to 25 miles per hour depending on configuration. One of the most eye-catching features is the upgraded 20-inch rear fat tire setup, which gives the bike a very planted and stable feel, while also making it look much more aggressive than a normal commuter e-bike. The hydraulic brakes, front suspension fork, and long bench-style seat also make everyday riding feel surprisingly comfortable and smooth. Honestly, this thing feels like a perfect mix between a stylish urban cruiser and a lightweight electric motobike. Himiway A7. The Himiway A7 looks less like a basic commuter e-bike and more like a futuristic urban machine built for comfort, power, and long-distance riding. At first glance, the sleek integrated frame, full suspension setup, and premium commuter styling already make it feel far more advanced than most city-focused electric bikes. But underneath that clean modern design is some seriously impressive hardware. The A7 is powered by a 500-watt motor that can peak around 900 watts while producing up to 130 Newton-meters of torque, giving the bike strong acceleration and surprisingly capable hill climbing performance. And because it uses a large 720 watt-hour LG battery system The bike can deliver up to roughly 50 to 80 miles of riding range, depending on riding mode and terrain. One of the standout features is the full suspension system with SR Sun Tour, front suspension, and rear shock absorption, which makes rough streets, potholes, and longer rides feel much smoother and more comfortable. Honestly, this thing feels less like a normal commuter bike and more like a luxury electric cruiser designed for the future. Velotric Summit 2. The Velotric Summit 2 looks less like a normal commuter e-bike and more like a futuristic all-terrain machine designed to handle almost everything. Built as a true hybrid electric bike, the Summit 2 combines rugged trail capability with everyday commuter practicality, which makes it feel incredibly versatile compared to most traditional e-bikes. And underneath that sleek modern frame is some seriously impressive performance hardware. The bike comes equipped with a powerful 750-watt rear hub motor that can peak at around 1,300 watts while producing up to 100 Newton-meter of torque, giving it strong acceleration, confident hill climbing ability, and surprisingly capable off-road performance. It also uses a large 800 1.6 watt-hour battery system that can deliver up to roughly 95 miles of riding range under ideal conditions, which is extremely impressive for a bike this powerful. One of the standout features is the upgraded RST air suspension fork with 120 millimeters of travel, which helps the bike feel much smoother and more controlled on rough terrain, gravel roads, and uneven city streets. Honestly, this thing feels less like a basic electric bike and more like the SUV of futuristic e-bikes. Urtopia Carbon Classic ST. The Urtopia Carbon Classic ST looks less like a traditional electric bike and more like a futuristic smart bike designed for the next generation of urban commuting. At first glance, the ultra-clean frame design, hidden wiring, and minimalist carbon fiber construction already make it look far more advanced than most e-bikes on the road today. And underneath that sleek futuristic appearance is some seriously clever engineering. The Carbon Classic ST is built using aerospace-grade Toray carbon fiber, which allows the bike to weigh only around 38 pounds while still staying incredibly strong and rigid. That lightweight design completely changes the riding experience compared to the heavier, bulky e-bikes most people are used to. The bike also comes equipped with a 750-watt peak rear hub motor, producing around 60 Newton-meters of torque, allowing it to reach speeds up to roughly 25 miles per hour once unlocked. One of the most futuristic parts is the smart technology integration. Depending on the configuration, the bike can include features like GPS tracking, fingerprint unlock, app connectivity, voice controls, over-the-air updates, and even built-in navigation systems. The hydraulic disc brakes, adjustable cockpit, colorful LCD display, and silent inner rotor motor also help the entire bike feel extremely refined and premium. Riese and Müller Nevo 5. The Riese and Müller Nevo 5 looks less like a traditional electric bike and more like a luxury futuristic commuter designed for the next generation of urban riding. At first glance, the ultra-clean frame design, premium integrated components, and smooth step-through layout already make it feel far more refined than most e-bikes on the market. But underneath that elegant design is some seriously advanced engineering. Depending on the configuration, the Nevo 5 can be equipped with powerful Bosch Performance Line CX or Bosch Performance Line PX motors, delivering up to 100 Newton-meters of torque, which gives the bike extremely smooth acceleration and impressive hill climbing ability. And because many versions use large 600 watt-hour to 800 watt-hour Bosch battery systems, the bike is built for long-distance commuting and all-day riding comfort. And despite all the technology packed inside, the bike still maintains a clean, minimalist premium appearance that feels more like a luxury electric vehicle than a normal bicycle. Honestly, this thing feels less like an e-bike and more like the Mercedes-Benz of futuristic urban commuters. Canyon Citylite ON. The Canyon Citylite ON looks less like a traditional electric bike and more like a futuristic premium commuter designed for modern city life. At first glance, the ultra-clean frame design, integrated lighting, and minimalist European styling already make it feel far more refined than most urban e-bikes on the road today. But underneath that elegant appearance is some seriously advanced, commuter-focused engineering. The Citylite is powered by a Bosch performance line motor, delivering up to 75 Newton-meters of torque, which gives the bike smooth acceleration and enough power to make hills and longer city rides feel effortless. And because it uses a removable 400 watt-hour Bosch compact tube battery system, the bike can deliver up to roughly 85 to 90 kilometers of riding range depending on riding conditions. One of the most interesting features is the Gates carbon belt drive system, combined with a Shimano Nexus 5-speed internal hub gearbox. Unlike traditional chain-driven bikes, this setup feels much quieter, smoother, and requires far less maintenance over time. And despite all of that technology, the bike still weighs around 22 kilograms, which is surprisingly manageable for a fully equipped urban e-bike. Honestly, this thing feels less like a normal commuter bike, and more like a luxury electric vehicle disguised as a bicycle. Velotric Discover M. The Velotric Discover M looks less like a normal commuter e-bike and more like a futuristic smart touring machine built for everyday comfort and long-distance riding. At first glance, the clean integrated frame, premium commuter styling, and refined geometry already make it feel far more advanced than most urban e-bikes on the road today. But underneath that sleek design is some seriously impressive technology. The Discover M is powered by Velotric's new VeloCore mid-drive motor system, delivering 500 watts of continuous power with up to 960 watts of peak output, and an impressive 100 Newton-meter of torque that can reach around 130 Newton-meter at maximum output. And because it uses a mid-drive setup instead of a traditional hub motor, the riding experience feels much smoother, more balanced, and surprisingly natural, especially while climbing hills or riding longer distances. The bike also features a large battery system, capable of delivering up to roughly 95 miles of riding range under ideal conditions, which makes it one of the more capable long-range commuter e-bikes in its category. One of the standout features is the smart riding technology. The Discover M includes Velotric's Auto Mode system, which uses onboard sensors to automatically adjust motor assistance depending on hills, terrain, and riding conditions in real time. Honestly, this thing feels less like a commuter e-bike and more like a next-generation electric touring machine. Heybike Ranger S 2.0. The Heybike Ranger S 2.0 looks less like a compact folding e-bike and more like a futuristic all-terrain machine built for adventure. At first glance, the fat tires, aggressive stance, and oversized folding frame already make it feel far more capable than most portable electric bikes on the market. But underneath that rugged design is some surprisingly powerful hardware. The Ranger S 2.0 comes equipped with a 750-watt rear hub motor that can peak at around 1,800 watts, allowing the bike to reach speeds up to roughly 28 to 30 miles per hour while still delivering strong acceleration and hill climbing power. And because it uses a large 692 watt-hour removable battery system, the bike can deliver up to around 55 miles of riding range depending on terrain and riding mode. One of the biggest highlights is the foldable step-through frame design. Unlike many folding e-bikes that feel small or underpowered, the Ranger S still feels like a full-size adventure bike while being compact enough to fold down for transport or storage. And those were 10 of the best electric bikes of 2026 that are actually worth buying. From insanely powerful off-road beasts to futuristic smart commuters and premium long-range touring machines, these e-bikes prove just how fast electric transportation is evolving. Some are built for speed and raw performance, some focus on comfort and everyday practicality, and a few of them honestly feel more like electric motorcycles from the future than traditional bicycles. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to TechSift for more futuristic technology, next-level vehicles, and unbelievable inventions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.